Hey you! Thank you so much for tuning in for the latest episode of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. The very first episode for the year 2022. And what a way to kick off the new year by having the Dirty Chorizoo stopping by the show for this week's episode. And I gotta say, this was very, very difficult for me to actually set up because under her one condition for me to have her on the podcast series was to actually play couple games over on Apex Legends, and we finally got to do that last year. And now that we're finally sitting down, we can talk about her photography, balancing her Twitch streams along with her daily life tasks outside of streaming, and the fact that being able to be a vast majority of a variety streamer, because with her mass that she actually sets up for her channel points, the way that the bits and subs are all pluses, but channel points are a big thing over in her channel. And I don't want to spoil anything else, but before we go any further, I would like to just emphasize that thank you so much for the love and support from last year. Really garnered so much traction and requests of people wanting to be actually on the show. And I gotta say, patience, guys. Because like I have a spreadsheet of over 50 people that want to follow to this recording right now that I actually had to ask and have the interview set up and stuff, but in due time. But before we go any further, please make sure to like the video, share it, and subscribe it. It keeps the lights on here in the House of Slowpoke. So once again, guys, we have the Dirty Chorizoo starting by here in the latest episode of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. Let's go! What a way to kick off 2020 with a banger of an episode. Here, stopping by the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, we have the dirtiest of all Chorizos, the Dirty Chorizoo, stopping by here in the House of Slowpoke. Dirty Chorizoo, welcome into the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, starting off the year 2022. How are you freaking feeling today?
I am golden. Yeah. I am golden.
All right, good. Do you feel that added pressure though? Just like, that big old introduction right there for you?
Yeah, that's like talking me up too much. Now I have to like live up to that. And
well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You're a photographer. You're so much like craziness happening in your Twitch streams, man. And I gotta say, like, I am honored to have you here to start off here in the year 2022 with you, being that you are the dirtiest of Chorizos that I've ever known, but one of the nicest people I know here on stream. I would like to ask you to please let us know who you are and where do you stream at.
I am the Dirty Chorizoo, born and raised in San Diego, currently stationed in Iwakuni, Japan. I stream on Twitch, typically through the week. My hours are kind of weird depending on where you're at, time zones and stuff.
Right.
But I stream all kinds of things. Like, I'm a variety streamer to the max. I have an Oculus, we do VR, we do IRLs, we do art streams. I'll sometimes paint, I'll edit photos. I do all the things and include games.
The games at the very end.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there between. But I gotta start you right off the bat, because at the time of this recording, you had just barely hit 400 followers, Dirty Chorizoo. How does that feel, man?
That was so exciting. The fact that like while I was offline, I hit 400. I was like, whoa, that's so, I don't know, it just made me so excited.
Yeah.
So my goal for next year, or this year, yeah, is at the end of the year, 1,500 followers is like my end goal. That's like a huge jump.
Huge, yeah, but doable too.
But yeah, and especially with consistency and like hyping myself up a little bit,
right? And
the content, always the content. I think we can get there. Yeah. But yeah, 400, huge step, and I'm so excited.
I love how you brought up the word consistency, because last year for 2021, that was kind of a struggle for you. Do you kind of remember the beginnings of how that actually ended up, starting off with, and then like you kind of try to, dip your toes back, but then like something kept pulling you back. If you'd like to like elaborate with us, like how that ended up beginning and how that actually almost ended up costing you basically for the year 2021, but you kind of made a comeback afterwards, right?
Yeah, so we moved in January of 2021 and changed up our entire life to come out to Japan. And for a long while, we didn't have our furniture and any of our things, like my computer, my PlayStation, nothing, because the military is slow at moving things.
Right.
And so for a long time, I didn't have my things, and I tried to at one point, I think in like June, I did a stream, which was really exciting to come back to, but I didn't you have to be comfortable in your area, and I didn't have the things that I wanted to be like ready for streaming. And so I waited until I was fully ready, back in the zone, and hit the ground running. And I did not look back.
Yeah, because even like when you try to jump in the middle of the year, it almost like jumping the gun. And I don't know if was it something that you kind of fumbled, or was it just because you didn't have all the right equipment?
It was because I didn't have all the right equipment. I thought I was ready to get back into it, and I did not feel. It didn't feel right. Like the feng shui of my room was not correct, and I needed it to like, I don't know. I like to have all my crap in the background and like everything where it is. I didn't have like my stream deck. My mic wasn't all set up. Like it had to be zen in here.
Right. That's one thing that a lot of streamers do bring up that don't actually talk about very often is their comfort of their zone area. A lot of times maybe they'll just have like a little hallway that they actually stream at, or like maybe if they have a blessing of actually streaming in a room, not many things maybe be decored. Like for example, like with us here in the House of Slowpokes, we do happen to have the gaming PC monitor being shown and a bunch of little like memorabilia and stuff like that. Not a lot of people have that opportunity, but with yours, if you could describe to us like behind you, is there something that like that couple things that stand out the most for you, or is it just like memorabilia of random stuff for you?
It's mainly memorabilia. I have Funko Pops, my cameras, like all my camera gear, because I gotta be ready. Actually, I have a photo shoot later today, so
okay.
Yeah. My hats and my channel point redemptions, like putting snowmen on my head or whatever.
Right.
And then all my Kit Kats, all like 48 packs of Kit Kats.
When did this whole interest of all these Kit Kats come about, man? Because you are Kit Kat fiend, like to the max.
So I'm not a huge sweets person.
Right.
Like my husband, he'll sit and eat a whole Ben and Jerry's in one sitting, and I'd take like months to eat one.
Right.
Like I'm not very into sweets, but coming out here and all the neat little different sweets, especially Kit Kats, and like the cute little bags that they come in. My friend Label Gray,
right,
she loves the different kinds of Kit Kats, and so she kind of inspired me, like, hey, if you see these cute Kit Kats, can you grab me some? I was like, yeah, sure. If I'm grabbing you some, I'm gonna grab myself some, and we're gonna do it on stream. Might as well. And she loves that. I'll wait for her to be in stream so that we can like try them together. And then we like compare different ones, and anytime she pops in, she does a channel point redemption that makes me eat Kit Kats. So there was one time I had to eat like 5. I'm like, oh my god, my teeth hurt.
Right. Oh my gosh. I bet your dentist loves you, man.
Oh yeah.
I love how you actually also brought up the whole channel point system, because yours is overloaded with a bunch of stuff that like you can redeem just about everything. And I like how you mentioned too about your mask that you mentioned, that you actually put on a couple masks, whether it's like a horse. It's just like random ones, and it's just like it's so different. And I think as a Twitch streamer, you kind of have to agree with like you have to be different to stand out with amongst the vast majority of actual like bunch of streamers that are out there that are trying to do just exactly. There you go, see, like the little earbuds. It's never too late to show the holiday spirit there, even after Christmas.
I know. I'm keeping all of them. It could be July, and you could redeem it. I don't even care.
Christmas in July, that does exist.
Yeah. Channel point redemptions, I like them because not everyone has money. Like there are times that I can't go into someone's stream and like drop bits or gifted subs, and I want to, but that shows your support in a different way. And so I have like little jump scares. I have eating things, the voice mods. I have all kinds of things because I want it to be fun and interactive, and you to like. I don't mind looking like an asshole. Like let's do it. It's fun.
Right. I highly agree with the whole like maybe people might not have enough funds to redeem bits or even gift subs. I for one can really relate to where most of my stuff for like sound effects and all that it revolves around bits, and I think it's because of the business side of earning revenue. in a sense, where like, you know what, every penny counts, and like in order to believe that, you know, you're doing great, like, oh, maybe a couple, like $1 here or 10 cents there, it goes above and beyond for one's pockets. They will have to help out in any way. And especially make the chat interactive and keep them in basically. A lot of it with that is keeping the chat, the people viewing, and like staying attentive to what you're doing and stuff. And if it's something where you're gonna make you crap your pants with a scare or whatnot, it goes above and beyond for that. That's pretty cool.
I also like, I have some jump scares that I'll be doing something and I'll notice it in chat. This happened the other day. I'll notice it in chat like before it can scare me, and I'm like, whatever. But the rest of my chat who's lurking and hears it in the background, they're like, oh my god, I was not ready for that. Which is even better, because then it brings up lurkers to like, hey, come back, let's see what's going on over here. Which is kind of neat.
Which is really cool, yeah. And the whole aspect of like, you know, it doesn't have to revolve around money when it comes to Twitch, because like we get lost in that, especially earning that revenue. So big props to you for keeping that alive with the whole channel point system. And people really do need to take notes on that, because as I was mentioning, that people get lost with the whole just giving money and what. You know what? To somebody, that 10 cents might mean it might mean to them $1, or like maybe a whole bill for like a meal or something like that. So for you to turn that around to completely 180 with your channel points is really great. Now, how often is it where like you're getting redeemed of these scares or like these Kit Kat treats from time to time?
Kit Kat treats is probably at least once a day. If Label Gray and Millennium Dragon pop in, then it's like 5 times in that day. I'm like, guys, I can't eat anymore. The jump scares, not as often. It's usually when I'm playing like Phasmo and everyone's super into the moments.
Like you just recently started out with the Oculus now?
Yes.
Your eyes popped up like, yes. You're one of the very few streamers that I've actually noticed that or like kind of actually tuned in to a stream to see someone play a VR type of system. How is it for you in that transition that you recently started playing some VR games on the Oculus?
It's difficult because I'm pretty tech savvy, but there have been things like my Oculus works on one game but not another game, and everywhere I've been looking, it's like, oh, just plug it in and you're good to go. I'm like, no, you're not. So it's been hard to adjust and figuring out all the settings and stuff. I just recently, this last time that I played Oculus, I got my chat in my headset, which was super cool. And then I think you actually dropped bits.
That's right.
And it popped up on my forehead basically. and that was really cool. So that's even better. So when I'm playing games, I can actually see you guys talking. Because before I had to like move my nose and like peek through my nose to the chat. Yeah, I'm like. So now it's way better because I can actually see the chat, that's so cool. But I don't usually ever get motion sickness, but you saw this.
I did.
I got so sick. I was playing Phasmo. I played one round of Phasmo with my headset.
Right.
And I was about
that game
to yak.
requires a lot of movement too. Like you're basically hunting for ghosts, and you're like basically into a house or a gymnasium or whatnot, and you're just like hunting for ghosts with like the flashlights and one of the camera angles and stuff. And then you're doing all that and like literally all like face first, and like it is a cluster of
intense.
Like super intense. I can only imagine. And literally I was tuning in, I was checking her stream out, and literally she sat down. She's just like, you could tell like the lights were on, but no, it was home in a sense.
Yeah. It was bad. I was like, guys, I just have to, I don't know. But it was weird because like the entire game was fine until like the last minute. And I was like, whoa, what's happening? Because I've never been motion sickness, but I've never had motion sickness before. So note to self, I'm going to take like Dramamine before I stream any VR, because I'm like, I'm not having that shit again. That sucked.
That was really intense, yeah. And I thought for a second you were about to throw up on stream. I was like, man, that's gonna be the first time I've ever seen a streamer throw up. I was like, where's the bucket? I was like, I'm about to grab a bucket. Like, well, I can't give it to you. Like,
redeem a bucket.
What's other games too that you play on stream that like mostly grabs your attention? Because I know for one, I connected with you playing a lot of Apex Legends, man.
I love Apex. I have a stupid obsession with it because I'm like, I'm not that great. I have my moments, but I'm not that great.
Right.
I have like all the guns right here.
Whoa!
I have the 301, the Peacekeeper, the R9, Spitfire, what's her name? Wraith's Kunai. I have, like I said, the Wingman, the Tomahawk back here. I have pillows that my husband got me. I have the Octane Light that's back here. I have a flag. I have a calendar up here. Like, yeah, so definitely Apex, but I hardly stream it. I have to be like, you know what? No, today I'm streaming with my buddies or whatever because it's really hard to stream Apex because it's so oversaturated with streamers. Because everyone's like, hey, I'm playing Apex, let's stream it. It's just like Call of Duty or Fortnite or, you know, big games like those.
Right.
So many people are playing them and like streaming them that if you are not like the most badass player, if you don't already have a community and you're just starting out, do not like try to fight it so hard to stream those games. Like you will never be found because there are thousands ahead of you.
That is true. Unless you're very great on promoting yourself, like on other social media platforms, there is kind of no way in like with the Twitch integration of like trying to actually get discovered. It is really really difficult. And I gotta say, even when you do actually stream Apex Legends and stuff like that, I feel like people that tune in do get one heck of a kick-ass time when it comes to you have people playing with you too. You have your buddies come and play, and like you guys shoot the shits and being able to actually keep conversations flowing and stuff. And so like I figured like that would be like the main game that you'd be streaming. But like if since you like to branch out differently, what other games do you do besides Apex then?
So I have this wheel. I have lots of wheels.
Sure.
This wheel that has all the games that I own.
Okay.
And we would spin it and play that game until it's like from beginning to end. But then we started playing Ratchet and Clank, like the old one that was redone. And that was a lot of fun. I actually surprisingly got a lot of a different audience than normal. Which was kind of neat. But then Halloween came around and I only play like scary games for Halloween.
Right.
And then I was crazy busy for November. And then Christmas, like it's just one thing after another. I haven't been able to play it. So we're going to go back to that this year and finish up Ratchet and Clank and then just spin the wheel and see what else. I have all kinds of like retro games. So like, I don't know, Parasite Eve, Legend of Dragoon, one Pandemonium that's like from the first PlayStation that I played recently. Yeah. I played it recently and man, that is way harder than I remember. Granted, I was like 5, but but yeah, so I play all kinds of games. Nothing in particular. I got a few more games that are like indie, Ori and the
Blind Forest.
Dark Forest. Yeah, Blind Forest. Yeah, that looked really cool. So those kinds of games, really anything that's not like a massive game like Apex and Call of Duty.
Yeah, as a massive video game player, does the people that know you outside of streaming know like what you do as a Twitch streamer? Like with all these video game types, is it something where you just keep this persona on stream and then outside you're just like a wholly different person?
Oh no, I'm the same. I'm obnoxious on and off camera. Yeah.
There are some people that literally they come on stream and they play this persona, this character, and quite frankly, it's just it's to better separate, you know, the streaming life within the outside streaming without meddling anything, because you just never know who you'll end up like gravitating towards, or like if anything that you don't want to keep private and stuff like that. But you're very open to a lot of things too, like sharing about with your husband and the little one too. She actually pops in from time to time, which is really neat, because like I'll tune into the streams and you'll have the little one just running around and stuff, and it's just really cool to almost see that genuine like human connection, because like wow, like I can relate to that and stuff like that, because of course we're all human, we all make mistakes, or like we all sometimes like we'll have fumbles or interruptions, but like it's okay to have these things, because people think that once you're on stream you're like, I have to be professional, I have to be staying focused.
No way.
You don't have to be that way, dude.
Because like that wouldn't be comfortable for me. And like I was talking about the comfortability
Comfort.
Comfortableness.
Comfortable
And yeah.
We'll call it that.
I would rather be myself than pretend to be anything else. So there are times that I'll pop on the stream and I'm like, man, I'm having a day, but we're gonna sit here and we're gonna photo edits, edit photos.
Yeah, right.
To just like get back into like my zone, you know, or I'm not feeling like X, Y, and Z, so we're gonna play Apex and just like get my head out of it.
Right.
Because you know it's okay to have those days. It's gonna happen, but yeah, I would rather be myself than to try to be anything else.
Right. And the side, I don't know if you would call it the side, or is that your main focus, like when it comes to like photography? Because not only as a Twitch streamer, you actually do photography on the as a side or as a main.
I would say that's my main, because so this kind of goes into the revenue thing.
Sure.
I know if I go do a photo shoot with a client,
right, I'm
getting X amount of dollars. Like I know I'm going to make that much. If I said no to that, but actually streamed that time, then I may not make any money, and I still need to make money. So, right. I would say that it's my main, because also I only stream for like, I don't know, part of the day, versus the rest of the day I go out with my camera and I go take photos of, I don't know, trees and plants and bugs because I'm weird. But yeah, I would say that's my main focus is photography, because I can actually make like a decent penny on it.
Right. And being a photographer as your main focus when you're earning revenue, do you see like how you mentioned about editing photos and such on stream, is that more of a therapeutic type of vibes when it comes to streaming, where like you get some stuff done on the side, like your main hustle, and alongside you're probably having people tune in to see what you actually do on outside streaming life?
Yeah, it is definitely therapeutic. I actually just bought some new presets that can't wait to try. But it's very therapeutic. It just like, so I also craft, and I haven't been crafting in a while. I do want to bring that back, but I used to craft when I would go through like my depression, anxiety stuff.
Sure.
And it would help me get my mind off of things. And that, if I'm having like a crap day or I need to catch up on my clients, then I'll edit them on stream to either two birds with one stone, knock them out in stream, or I just need to get my head get out of my head.
yeah, because I can really relate when it comes to treating streaming as a therapeutic time for also to cleanse the mindset, to recalibrate your brain and whatnot, and to kind of relieve some stress off of like the outside stresses in the world, whether it's like bills or just like your self motivation or anxiety that kicks in. And for when it comes to streaming for you, do you find yourself being difficult about like the revenue portion? Because we are jumping into like the whole revenue part, because like for sure the main hustle is for photography, but when it comes to streaming, depending how long that you stream, does it kind of hurt like the your mindset of like, maybe I'm not getting enough funds coming in and maybe I should stop doing this, or is it still a hobby for you of choice when it comes to streaming?
It's still just a hobby for me. I count, like, I'll have really slow days and one person come in and follow, or one person come in and drop 20 bits. And I'm like, you know what? Today was a good day because I got some kind of activity. There are days that I don't have anything and everyone's just lurking, which I do appreciate, but I like to have that interaction with people. And so those are like my successful days, is like any one event that happens on stream. Even if it's a new chatter for a short time, I'm like, you know what, that's cool, somebody found me today. But so I don't stress as much about making money on stream. I just like to have fun with it, and I have like all kinds of devices that like bigger streamers that are making more money would have, but like, one, these are mainly all gifts, but also like I think eventually some people pop in and they're like, hey, they seem kind of more set up than someone playing on their PlayStation.
Okay.
And so maybe I'll invest more time because they seem to have invested more time and money into it, which, I mean, you start where you start. I started on my PlayStation also. So But yeah, that's kind of my thought. I'm not too worried about the revenue side of Twitch right now.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a pickle, especially starting out with 2022, where there is some revenue coming in, and it's not like it's paying like the majority of the bills or whatnot, but it's just more like it's earning enough to where, like, you know, a bill or two is getting paid. I would hate for it to be like where it ends up being like a full-time thing, and like there are going to be days where like you might not earn a dime. Yeah, that's going to be crushing for you. But to have it to where like you still treat it as a hobby, because at the end of the day, yeah, we're all just here trying to vent and do our own thing here and be able to stream and be fun and meet new people too as well. That's like the big highlight that people tend to really forget when it comes to actually earning revenue here on Twitch. And to see that from you it's a good change of scenery. Mm-hmm. Especially with like you being a hardcore gamer and like not being shy to, like, you know, edit your photos and whatnot, and to be able to show that here on stream is really wonderful to very different to see here, dude.
Yeah, I've actually, surprisingly, I've gotten quite a few. So one reason I do a bunch of variety stuff mm-hmm. is different audience. You reach different people. It's mm-hmm. like some people that only watch my photography or only watch my IRLs won't necessarily come in and see me gaming, mm-hmm. but I have that connection with them because it's like, hey, I'm walking down town. Hey, it's so-and-so, you were here last time, like, let's go walk over here and let's do this. And I have a connection with those people, and right. and having a wider variety audience, I think is really neat because you have those different bonds with people.
Yeah, and these IRL there, it's known, what is it? It stands for, it's in real life, right?
In real life,
I didn't
yeah.
want to butcher that, but yeah, you kind of tested the waters on that. Like, take us how you really actually started out with that. Like, it's really intriguing that, like, you're basically just walking around the camera, people watching you eat or walking around. Like, how does that differentiate with, like, streaming at your home?
I don't walk very often, and so that's a big deal. Yeah, like, what is this? Well, and the other day I went for a bike ride. Oh. Like, I took the stream on my bicycle that I just got for Christmas, and like attached my gimbal. So I use a gimbal. I attached my gimbal with zip ties to my basket, and like awesome. Pedaled my fat ass over to like the little bay. Oh my god, that was so rough, but I had so much fun. And there was only one person in my chat, and they had a blast. They were like, "This is the coolest stream." And see, that little bit, like, I made someone's day, and they made my day. Like, that was so cool. But so let's see, how did I get into it? I just kind of like, so first I had to get a Japanese phone because my normal phone from the States has no service out here. And I just set things up. The first time I just was holding my phone mm-hmm. and it was too shaky. And so I bought myself a gimbal, and that one's really nice. I can have it strapped to my backpack on the gimbal, and it looks super smooth. Wow. So yeah, I do that, and then that's about it. That's all I do. I'll sometimes go out to the different towns around here. I went to an island mm-hmm. That has tons of shrines and pagodas and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I took the stream out there, and I was doing photography at the same time. Yeah. And that was intense. That was a lot harder than I thought, but I had a lot of fun. I also got lost.
Oh, and I went like stream? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I went up this mountain that I shouldn't have. Uh-oh. And where I was trying to go was like up this other mountain across the fucking island. Uh-huh. And like everyone in stream, they're like, "Hey man, are you okay?" Because I was like, "This is fine." I was just no, I was out of breath.
Oh, like, I was walking they can so much. Hyperventilate, right? Probably just like.
Yeah, and they're like, my mom, she was in stream, and she was like spamming the hydrate channel redemption. I was like, "Mom, I don't have water."
Oh no.
Yeah. And then at one point, the same stream, I finally like found my way, got a snack, and this fucking deer. So this is Deer Island out here. Right. This fucking deer came over, heard my like of like a snack, and he like pops over. He's like, "Hey man, what you got over there?" I was like, "No, you off, okay? No, this is my food." And he's like, "Yeah, okay," and then starts to walk away. Like as soon as I stop crinkling the bag, and then I see him walk away. And I start to crinkle it again, and he's like, comes back over, like, "What, you called?" I'm like, "No, fuck off." And we did that like 3 times, all on stream.
Wow.
So all on stream. And so he walks away like the third time, and I go back to like slowly crinkling, and then I open up my stuff, and he's sitting behind me, like glaring at me.
There's
like,
a little
I know
deer
what you
looking
have.
behind you.
Yeah. And you could see people like walking past and like, oh, kawaii, like looking at the deer, and I'm like, you asshole, I know what you're doing.
You're getting witnesses, huh? Look at her not feeding the deer. Why is she's so mean.
Innocent deer. Well, and then so same stream.
Okay.
I was walking to find the food.
Right.
And I walked past this cute couple. They were sitting there like eating yakitori. It's like meat on a stick.
Okay.
And you hear and I look over, and this deer is harassing him, trying to grab the meat off of his stick. I have a really blurry picture, but you could see the deer. He's like like trying to get the fucking meat. That was ridiculous. And everyone's walking past like, stupid deer.
Yeah, you thought deer, huh?
Yeah, like so cool. But I have all of that on stream.
Wow.
That I wouldn't have that if I didn't go out, you know?
Right.
And so I use it the whole IRL as like going out and seeing things, trying new foods, bringing you guys with me, and like, hey, living vicariously through my experiences of staring at these stupid deer or walking through these towns. And yeah, I think it's really neat, and it helps me get out more, get more photography. And yeah, so that's what I do for IRLs.
And that's really cool that like you're not a whole lot of people can actually say that when they do in real life streams and like they take you wherever they're at and stuff like that. It's just a lot of people are just like, when you say Twitch, the word Twitch, it's like, oh, streaming, oh, you're probably just at home playing video games or whatnot. It's more than that. And this goes to show you, Dirty Chorizoo, how you basically stand out from all the rest right now currently. Like that I come to know from streaming on Twitch, that like you're able to take these like trips and like have these adventures. And at the same time, when you think of it in retrospect, you're getting some fresh air, you're being active, and like you're sharing these stories with the people, and you're making someone's day. And what a like really enlightening aspect of like another side of Twitch that people really don't really talk about. And what a wonderful way to show that here, to showcase that and stuff like that here with the streams, man.
Yeah, before I did IRLs, I didn't really think too much of it. I knew that people would go out because my dad would watch them, and he was like, oh yeah, you should go do this, and it kind of got me thinking, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. That's like, I don't know, people are gonna look at me weird, but I'm like, no one's gonna these people aren't gonna see me again. Like if I'm, our trip in Tokyo, I was gonna stream, but I didn't have my gimbal. So I was like walking, and it was like shaky. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to see me again. So who cares? As long as I'm not being disrespectful, especially here, like I think I'm fine to stream walking around.
Has it ever gotten to the point where like you may have like you have the interaction with somebody in an off-putting way, or like someone made you uncomfortable, or like you put others uncomfortable on camera?
There are times that I'm walking around with my camera, and for the most part, people leave me alone. There have been a few that just like kind of glare at me, and I'm like I just smile, like I know what you're thinking, but whatever.
Yeah.
There are times that I try to go in stores and show you guys. There was this really cool antique store that I wanted to show you guys in Hiroshima, one of my IRL streams up there.
Okay.
And I started to walk in, and I was like, Daijoubu? Like, is it okay, like, to have the camera? And she's like, no. I was like, damn it. So there are some places that I can't go. But I've actually made some friends doing IRLs, like on stream or through Twitch. I'll watch some of them. I actually met up with some of them when I went up to Tokyo.
No way.
Which was really cool.
Wow.
Yes, F Twilight and No Junko Food. Yeah, No Junko Food. We met up there, and that was really cool. They're IRL streamers in Tokyo. So one time I was watching Junko, and she was walking all over the place to find these apple pies, like from this certain restaurant.
Right.
And it was pretty late at night, and she finally got to the place, and they were closed after walking for like an hour.
No.
Yeah, and so the next couple of streams, I was like, "Oh, where are we walking to now? Are we getting those apple pies?" And she's like, "No, we're not doing that. We're going over here. We're doing this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So when we met up, she brought me some apple pies from that place.
What?
And I was like, you are too
Aw.
freaking sweet. From networking with other IRL streamers out here, I think I've made friends for life. Like, that's how cool. Yeah. So, but there's a ton of different IRL like categories and genres. You can do cooking ones, crafting, walking around. They've added like pets and animals to the categories now, which is kind of cool. There's so many different categories. It's ridiculous.
Right. I got to know them with like a couple streamers that are cooks, like they're chefs,
Yeah.
and people that are DJs and whatnot. But this is something really interesting that like you're walking around, you meet new friends, and that aspect is really, really refreshing.
Yeah.
As a streamer. And like, do you think also that for 2022 that might be something where like you'll want to do that maybe full time, or like it's mostly going to be a little bit of everything that you do for variety of streaming?
It's gonna be everything. Just because maybe today, like my feet hurt and I don't want to go walking around. So I'm gonna stick with the bit of everything, at least for now. But I am planning on doing more IRLs. I feel bad always taking the stream to the same places, so like walking around downtown. But there's still so much to see.
Right.
Like there's a ton to see, and just to go out and grab a snack with everyone, like, I mean that would just be the highlight.
Yeah, and especially I think for like things that are slowly but surely opening up once again here in the world. Some more than others. We have a couple things happening so far that's keeping some restrictions more than others. But I mean, like it is a refreshing take of like, you know, you're taking these streams outside, and maybe it is like you're going around the block or whatnot, but it's still refreshing to see something where like in another person's perspective, as in with yours living in Japan, like it's something where like you see these different buildings or different towns and different places to eat, and maybe if it's the same place. I mean, like for one, we would like to eat what you're eating because all the food that you displayed out there looks really, really bomb.
So I try not to eat anything like squid or anything. If maybe eventually, if we have like a special IRL stream, like we hit a milestone and we go out, I'll be like, okay, fine, we're gonna try something ridiculous. Let's see. No, the only thing that I've eaten, it was at home, and I had oh my gosh, they're the Bean Boozled things.
Bean Boozled, oh right.
Yeah. That was for I think my birthday stream or Halloween. Oh my god, I ate the liver and onion.
Liver onion.
The dirty dishwater, and Old Bandage. And those ones I almost threw up each time.
Oh my gosh. If it's not going to be VR motion sickness, it's going to be one of those Bean Boozled beans.
Yep, those are like special occasions only. Like you have to earn that shit.
That has to be probably bits, right? Or is it going to be channel points for those?
Oh no, that would be bits. You better pay me to eat one of those.
Right. What's something that you would love to leave behind in 2021 as a variety streamer? Because you've done it basically all, whether it's like, you know, IRLs and video games, and was it something you want to implement as a variety streamer? Maybe you want to cook something, maybe you want to actually weld something. I don't know, something different that you like to do or leave behind.
Crafting is I would like to add more crafting.
Okay.
I do the art streams. I started like painting. I am not a painter, but we have fun with it. And actually, so this drawer back here, you can't really see it because it's covered up.
Right.
But that drawer I painted on stream.
Oh.
Like, yeah, for fun. I am not a painter. But that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. But crafting, I have so many like sewing projects that I want to do. It would be really neat to bring those into stream every once in a while.
Right.
Let's see, leaving behind, nothing really. I had a lot of fun bringing the stream back last year. Bringing it back in like I feel like it's a wholesome way, adding more channel redemptions, adding more variety to the stream than just playing Apex the whole time. So I don't know if I'd leave anything really behind. I'm gonna bombard my stream with everything. Like, you guys are gonna be not annoyed with like, fuck, she's doing this again. Jesus.
She has wearing a horse mask again.
That was so funny. And then they had me sing they're like, oh, sing a song. And so I was like, I don't know any songs. So I started singing Old MacDonald Had a Farm with the horse mask on. Best clip ever.
And that's a whole lot of thing that you came literally prepared by the end of the 2021 to, like, go out with a bang with being well prepared on all the bits and the channel points, the art, basically anything due to variety of streaming. That's the streaming aspect. Is there something you like to bring also for 2022? Is the aspect of actually promoting? Because that does play a role as a streamer, where you gotta have that audience to actually find you, or like basically know that you're live, and like stay attentive to what you're doing on an almost daily basis. Would you highly agree with that?
I absolutely. And I think that's one thing that's kind of biting me, is that I am not the best at self-promotion. I have TikTok, I have Instagram. I'll post on Instagram like minutes before. I'm like, hey guys, I'm about to go live. But I honestly, I love all of your promotion videos, and I want to do something similar to that. So I'm going to steal some ideas.
Thank you.
But I love them. And so I know I need to work on self-promotion so bad, but I don't entirely know how.
Well, what's an app you think that you actually like can really know that you can focus on, that you can put a majority of promotions that will probably get someone's attention, be like, hey, you know what, wow, I didn't know she's gonna be live, okay, I'll tune in.
Instagram is one that I use the most right now, but I just found from Chloe X, I think is her name. She's a bigger streamer, she's partnered, but she was promoting Hover. Have you heard of Hover?
I am on Hover, yes.
Yeah, so I just got a Hover.
I suck so bad on it, man. There's just one too many social media apps, and I know I gotta jump on that. But as you were mentioning, because of her, you got onto Hover too as well.
Yeah, so I started a Hover, and I don't entirely know how it works, but I put things on there, and people randomly find me and follow, and I'm like, you know what, this could be the thing, because it's not all messed up by all the crazy algorithms. Like, I find people that have high likes and low likes. There's only, I think, 10,000 10,000 people on there. Maybe it's slightly more now, but so it's very small, which those 10,000 people could eventually like stumble across my page. And any little bit helps. So I'm hoping to use that to my advantage right now. But other than that, I want to work on those videos.
Of course, with social media apps like Instagram and TikTok and again, you could jumble all those all you want, but like especially putting the work of like actually putting out a good promotional video does take time. Like as how you mentioned earlier, like trying to be inspired of like all my videos and such, it does take a lot of time. You're writing the concept, what you're going to be talking about, what you're going to be streaming, what time, what date, did the editing suck, it takes how many ever takes it does for a promo video to land its mark or what you want to put out there, and then you have to edit it, render it, finally post it, put all the hashtags. It's the added pressure into just putting out one promo, and to be able to put that all out there and be able to show it off, and hopefully at least one person tunes in, does it's a, how do you call it, it's almost like a hit or miss.
Yeah, oh for sure. And then on top of that, I feel like doing videos to me is like really difficult, because I feel like I'm being super fake. I know like half of it is like acting.
Yes.
And I can't act. That's why I'm just me all the time.
Right.
But I feel like it's almost cringy, because I know that I'm being fake.
Oh, okay.
And so it's really hard for me to just like, nope, we're gonna make this video, or like the dance videos. I don't know how the people can do that, because I just feel ridiculous. So I have like, I don't know, 20 things in my TikTok drafts that will never be posted, because I'm like, these are stupid. Like, who the fuck? But there's gonna be someone out there is gonna like it and be like, this chick's funny.
Right.
My husband, he started streaming, and he's not gonna dabble in it for a while, because he deploys 6 months out of the year. So he's like I really can't. It's just,
That's
it'd be
hard to
too hard.
devote. Yeah.
But he was doing it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the mysterious hombre, and he doesn't show his face on stream.
Okay.
And so
Is
he
this
plays
like a preference,
like
or he just wants to keep his face anonymous?
both.
Okay.
So he has like all these different masks that are and like a hat that he wear. I don't know. He's got this whole thing that I think it's really cool that he was trying to do it, but
Sure.
eventually he'll get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I give people props on doing that. I know I cannot. Not even gonna try it.
Like, I'm already on here, guys. Let's just go live. Like, what more do you want? I'm giving you variety streamies, goddammit.
Yeah, I know. That's all I could say. No.
Right, and I love how you keep bringing up your husband, because is this something where you guys two bonded in your relationship with video games? Did that play a major role on like you guys being together, or that comes sometime like something afterwards when you guys met each other?
Fun fact: we took photography class in high school together. That's how we met. Yeah.
What?
Yep. He reminded me the other day. He's like, "Hey, how does it feel knowing each other for 13 years?" I was like, "You fucking asshole. Why would you make me feel older than I am? Like, what is this?" Yeah, so we took photography together.
Wow.
We didn't talk to each other in class because we were super shy. Like, we'd do from across the classroom, like, batting eyes at each other kind of thing. But, so afterwards, we went to a relationship after we had moved away from each other.
Oh.
Our story is all kinds of messed up. So he was in Northern California and I went to Arizona. That was rough. And then at the time, like, we were young, dumb kids, and I don't think we were ready. I think I was not ready for like a very serious relationship, and that's kind of where I was going because we were still in high school.
Right.
So we split up for a while, but kept in contact. And then later on in 2014, so we hadn't talked in or been together in 2-3 years. In 2014, I was like, you know what? No, just be an adult, and that's my man, and I'm getting him back.
Yeah.
So
nice.
He was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
He was okay. He's cool about it.
Yeah, let's do it. And then that was still long distance, and but during that time we did game together, and it did help us. So we'd play like GTA on PlayStation, and he actually bought me my PS4.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, we game a lot together, and we do Minecraft. We play Apex sometimes. He's like, I'm not very good. He likes the more strategic games, like what's it called, Civ 5 and 6, and so we'll play some stuff like that. But right now he's like on this huge Madden kick. He loves Madden. He taught me how to play, and I suck at it, so there's that. But I tried it.
You tried it. That's all that matters. I tried to get Miss Slowpoke to play some video games with me. The only thing she'll end up playing was GTA, just running over people and getting like 4 stars on, get cops chasing after her. But that's about it. Like,
yeah.
forget about hey, let's play some Call of Duty or from Fortnite. Nah.
Nope.
You want to do some like tier listings on like your favorite cereals? Yeah, I'm down. Okay, cool, sweet. But
hey, anything to bond like that.
Absolutely, yeah. And did that whole was that an extra bonus too when it came to playing video games, or was that like already as you guys were like meant to be together as a whole prior to actually like no one like playing video games?
Oh yeah, we were meant to be. We were gonna be together. I don't. But yeah, I think that is one thing that we bonded about, like just talking before we got together is like, oh yeah, I play these video games, like just another extra bonding thing. Because at the time, I think I was playing COD.
Okay.
And I think he might have also. I don't remember.
Right.
But now, what's really fucking cool, my 3-year-old is interested in video games.
Oh, no way!
She loves Mario on the Switch.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Isn't that the coolest? So now we get to like share this huge part of our life, which is gaming, with her. And she'll ask us like, Mommy, I want Mario Run. And we're like, okay, I mean, I guess so, sure. Or like, Mommy, let's play Mario Party, and like as a 3-year-old, I fucking love it.
That
so
warms my
excited.
heart, man. Was that initially
Yeah.
the plan too, to expose her to video games, or just like, you know what, if she stumbles or I'm pounding, okay, cool, like it's fine, like, or like if she doesn't like it, it's so what, you know?
It's yeah, she doesn't like it. It's more of a so what. She actually first started liking Pokemon Go.
Okay.
And that was totally by accident. We had the weekend in Hiroshima,
Okay.
and being in Japan, Pokemon is huge.
Very.
So we stayed in an Airbnb, and just like randomly I opened it, and there was a shit ton of stuff around us. Like there was a Pokestop or a gym right behind us, so we just sat there and just played the whole time. And my daughter fell in love with Pokemon. So she has a Pikachu onesie. We took her to the Pokemon Center in Tokyo, and she loves it. She's
Pokemon
like gaga over it. Yeah, it was really cool. So Mario and Pokemon are her like big things right now, which is just so neat.
That's awesome. And I think as a parent, you know, having a little one, like, you know, almost look up to you in a sense of like, you know what, my parents are streamers. Like mom, like look at mommy. She's actually like doing what she loves as a business, being a photographer and earning some revenue on that aspect, but being able to do as like, you know, play your hobbies and being able to actually still have fun as an adult. And like that's something that she's gonna be looking forward to, like looking up to you, and like in the future wise too. What awesome thing would that be, you to basically pass the torch to her? Or actually, you know what, you would be like, nah, I'm gonna keep playing, you do your own thing streaming, mom's still gonna be
go away and go read a book. Okay, I'm doing this. No, that would be really cool. And I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I'm not going to age myself, but I'm getting up there slightly in years, in levels. Sorry, but yeah. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm a fucking kid. Like, I got all these like dolls and shit behind me. I got like a fucking dinosaur with a hat on. Like, I got all this stuff that's like, it should be in a kid's room. But I'm like, this makes me happy. Like, why not? Why do I have to conform to the Target branding in my house? Like, the rest of my house, it follows this theme. Like, our Christmas tree has Mario, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, like all kinds of stuff. It's not the traditional like just the bulbs and the fancy. No, it's goofy throughout our entire house. We have Doctor Who pillowcases on our pillows downstairs. Like, why conform to, it needs to have a certain theme of these colors, and you stray from that and it's off with your head? No, that's not fun.
And now, some slowly but surely rapid fire questions.
Chorizo, are you ready?
Oh.
No! Hurry up! Let's go! Level up!
Let's go! Bring it!
What's your worst experience as a photographer?
Dealing with clients. Some of them, okay, so right now I'm not charging very much.
Right.
And I'm getting the lower quality clients, I should say.
Okay.
And so they like to try to take advantage of every little bit that they can, but I am not about that life.
What is the worst Kit Kat you've ever had?
So the Halloween one, it was the Halloween one, super cute, smelled like a Yankee candle,
right.
Like the apple cinnamon Yankee candle. Tasted like it too. Like, it's too waxy. It was not good, and it made me so sad.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Just rude people. Just rude people, which I guess is like everyone's pet peeve. But like, if I'm on Instagram or I'm on Facebook and there's just someone being nasty for no reason, like I want to message them and be like, hey, do better next time. But I'm not going to, because I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's not my cup of noodles, like whatever.
What do you geek out about?
Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. Oh, Totoro. So up here is a giant Totoro.
Right.
Hold on. Right there. My chest, Totoro. Over here, Totoro. I grew up watching Totoro, like the original from Fox. And now it's changed to Disney. The voice has changed. I'm like, I can't fucking watch this. This is bullshit.
Oh, man.
So my husband, my husband found me the original Fox version. I cried the entire time watching it because I was so excited. I was so happy. And so when people see like, oh, you're a fan of Totoro, like you live in Japan, yeah, okay. No, it started long before that, and so my daughter loves Totoro now.
Oh.
So yeah, that's my biggest probably fandom. I got a tattoo for it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's right there on your chest. It's like
yeah.
You're like, oh wait, I got this thing. Okay, cool. I forgot.
Yeah.
What is to you, Dirty Chorizoo, an overrated movie?
This is going to be a hot topic, but let me preface: I have not seen the new one yet.
Okay.
The Spider-Man movies, because at the time, it was like what you had Tobey Maguire, then you had that other guy,
Andrew
and now you have this third guy.
Tom Holland. All right.
Yeah. And
Careful
because
now.
they kept changing it, I know, because they kept changing it, I was like, I'm not even gonna, like, why? You're just gonna keep doing it. Like, I'll eventually get there. But I've heard only great things about this third one. So we're gonna watch it. Also, the Batmans, or like the whole DC. Listen, the whole DC universe is, in my opinion, struggling because they keep changing out fucking Batman. Like, just why can't you have a whole set storyline like Marvel? Yeah, I know I'm gonna get chastised. It's fine, whatever. Like Marvel has, they do like origin stories for everyone, and then they bring them all together for the Avengers. They have like this whole entire timeline and like almost Easter eggs or cameos in one movie, and it carries over into the next. And they have this whole long development in the phases and everything. DC, I feel like every time I watch it, it's just like, hey, here's something. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Here's something else. Who the fuck is it? And he's dead. Okay. Like, why do I care about that? I want to love DC. I grew up loving Batman because it was like the dark side of heroes with the Joker. The Joker, no matter what, is always my favorite. Heath Ledger. My
yes.
Joker.
Yes.
Yep. And I want to love DC. But Marvel, it seems like they have the shit together. There's every once in a while, like, I personally don't care about Captain Marvel, but the rest of the movies, like, fantastic. Like, why can't DC just figure it out like that?
They just fumbled the ball, and all I gotta say is, I agree.
Okay. But I know some people watching are gonna be like, how dare she? And I'll be like, I stand by what I said.
Well, it's only because you mentioned Batman, so I just want to clear the air. The Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
You like them or hate them?
I liked them.
Okay, because that's probably what like ticked me off. I was like, you mother said, what about the Dark Knight? No. Okay.
And also, what was it? Batman Returns? Like the really crappy one?
Right. Uh-huh.
My favorite.
Okay.
Because it's so ridiculous. But other than that, like the rest of them, this one, my husband told me yesterday that it's Robert Pattinson now.
Yeah, the Batman. Yeah. Hey, give him a chance.
I just see him sparkling in there, and like,
okay, we're gonna have a whole beef right here. He's a great actor. He's actually.
I've only seen him in that, so, and those were hard to watch.
I agree.
I'm sure he's great. I just haven't seen him in anything else.
As we're winding down, I kind of wanted to give you the floor in this aspect because, as a variety streamer, what's something you can give someone almost like an advice when it comes to actually diving into Twitch the very first time? Like, should literally people actually start just playing games literally on stream, or should they try IRL streams or cooking? What is it that you think that people should dive into first?
So what I do is, for newer streamers, is like, would you watch this yourself? Like, do a stream of anything you want. Anything you want. Go back and rewatch it. Would you watch that? If you had fun but you don't really find yourself watching it, then maybe change it up. Kind of like watch your niche of like, hey, I like going out and hiking. I'll bring the chat with me. I'll bring the stream with me. If you really enjoy cooking, then do something like that and bring the stream with you, because the audience can tell when you're having a good time or not. And if you don't seem to be having a good time, like, it's going to rub the stream the wrong way, like vibes and everything. And people aren't going to want to be there. So it's hard for me sometimes when there's no one in my chat. When there's no one in my chat, I have to keep the conversation going, because if I go into a stream and there's no one else in there, are they keeping things kind of lively? Because if not, like it's hard to get that conversation going, or like see if you like that person. So talking to an empty stream is difficult, but I've been trying to work on that. But like, I don't know, just play the games or do the things that you enjoy, and the rest will just come naturally. So I started on my PlayStation just playing games, because I was like, I'm already playing, I might as well like put it out there, maybe someone will like it. And then it's transformed into this chaos that is my life now. But we still have fun with it. You just make sure that you're having fun in anything you're doing.
Right. And then you did mention about, like, you know, would you see, like, almost like, you know, putting your feet in someone else's shoes, like, would you want to be seeing that kind of type of program that you're putting out there for streaming? Also revolving around that, what kind of streamer etiquette would someone like do in for someone that's tuning in for the very first time over in your chat? What's something that like you would not want to see have people come on by and do during your streams?
So I'm all about supporting people. Totally all about it, but don't come in as a new person and be like, hey, I'm about to go live, I could really use some support. Message me, have a conversation with me, like, let me get to know you. Maybe if I enjoy chatting with you, we can network and I can send you a raid sometime. But don't come in and just tell me that you need followers or you need X, Y, and Z. I'm on all kinds of Twitch pages to help guide some people. I'm not the best streamer, but I've been doing it for a little bit, that I have an idea of how to help people. And there's so many that are just like, hey, I have 2,000 followers, but I have a 0.2 viewers. And like,
that doesn't
no, don't. So another etiquette, I guess, in overall, is like the follow for follow doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it only hurts you, because you have those thousands of followers, but no one's watching you. So like, Twitch doesn't enjoy that. They look at all those things, you know. But yeah, so don't go in and don't backseat unless I put it that backseating is allowed. Backseating is when I'm playing a video game and you're just telling me all these things to do. If I allow it, I'll put it in, you know, my title or something. But for the don't tell me what to do. Like, I'm gonna play the game however fucked up I think I should play it.
Yeah, and if you're like trying to they're trying to aggravate you with like, oh yeah, you're doing this wrong, or like, oh, you suck, that's gonna kill your vibe, and then like trying to hold that composure too. It's just like, really, like, how do you tolerate that, you know, in a sense? How would you do that?
So I have some pretty awesome mods. But also I'll time people out. I don't care if you're gonna come in here and be an ass. Like, there's the door. Get the fuck out. I don't need that kind of negativity in my space. So get out.
In your space.
I don't usually ever lose my cool. There have been 2 times that I'll use the veteran tags, because I'm Air Force vet. And so I'll use the veteran tags, and there's these bots that pop in that have horrible names, saying like, your veteran friend unalive themselves, those kinds of things. Horrible tags.
What?
Or yeah, they're every time. I've only used it twice, and each time they were bad. And I haven't gone through any trauma in my Air Force career that would trigger me, but someone else, it might. And so those kinds of things really suck, because you're trying to find other vets, but you know, you get that crap. So so those instantly ban, obviously. But those are the only times that I'll lose my cool, because that is not okay.
That is red flag right there. Out.
Yeah.
While you're escorting that piece of scum out of there, out of your stream, what's someone that's coming into your streams for the very first time into checking out your photography? What's something that you can actually give as a first time photographer in a sense of like lessons of what to do, like do's and like to begin and how to actually kick off your career as a photographer?
First word of advice is to get a fucking contract, because people suck and they will take advantage. Have a contract. Like, don't even worry about your prices. Just make sure you're not getting taken advantage of.
And that's just like prices wise, or like locations, or like photo shots.
It's more of like an overall, like everything. So prices, timing wise. I've had someone come to a photo shoot 30 minutes past the time they were supposed to be done with their photo shoot, and still expected an entire session. I stayed because I don't have a contract.
Right.
I couldn't save myself.
Oh, no.
So from now on, it's like adding things like that. If you are past the time of the, of when we were supposed to start, you're going to be charged for that, or I don't have to stay here. Those kinds of things. The amount of photos that people get from me, I'm charging for that, or what else? If you have to cancel, you get 2 weeks to like use those funds for another session, or like reschedule. Those kinds of things, because a lot of people will take advantage, and they may not know that they're doing it. They may not.
It might not be intentional, right?
Yeah, but there are people that will happily walk all over you. So contracts.
Number one, right there.
Yeah. I thought having a contract just starting out was like overkill, but no, I regret not having it for the past like 6 months.
Right, and that's something that as you're still, climbing this photography career, that's gonna take you to newer heights with these contracts implemented and stuff. And those that are wanting to do that right from the beginning, don't hesitate to do so. As you can see from the first hand, we're like hecklers get out of here, like just trying to jip you for every penny. Like, your worth in a sense too as well. And so your worth, and I know your worth is really high, the quality of what your photography skills are, man. Final question here for the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. For the year 2022, Dirty Chorizoo, how would you describe your channel as a whole for a first-time viewer tuning in to your channel?
So I've recently started calling my channel like the Space Cafe, because we're Dirty Chorizoo, but I also enjoy aliens. So welcome to the Space Cafe. Okay. We do all kinds of things, listing off all the IRL, what is it? The Oculus games, art. We do all the above here. That's pretty much all I say, but enjoy yourself here. I have tons of fun. The entire chat has tons of fun. It's always a good time. You make tons of friends, networking. It's a good group. And I enjoy doing what I do and meeting new people. So if you're ever around during my times, which is usually the evening for back in the States, if you're ever around, come on by. And I would say take a seat, but I threw away my chair, so I don't know. Sit on the floor. I got a nice rug. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, it's always a good time. So pop on in sometime. I'd like to chat with everybody.
Absolutely.
And if I don't get to you, it's because I'm doing something, and I will get to you soon.
Eventually.
Yeah, I got you.
That is the Dirty Chorizoo, everyone. You can find her over on Twitch and Instagram on both of her accounts, the Dirty Chorizoo and Star Dusty Photography. Also on TikTok, Dirty Chorizoo. The YouTube channel is still under construction, under maintenance, but you can find her on Twitch in the evenings there in the United States time here in the States. But Dirty Chorizoo, you have been such a wonderful guest here to kick off 2022 with a banger.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead. And I look forward to tuning into your streams. I'm glad you're back here as a part-time streamer here, and then again for your photography skills. I hope to one day meet, like, if you are ever here in the States, I would like to hopefully sign a contract and do a couple of photo shoots with Miss Slowpoke and I, man. That'd be really lovely.
That'd be cool.
Absolutely. And then we'll have a brewskis and stuff like that, and then some, man. So it's pretty cool, and I cannot wait to have that one day for sure. That's on my bucket list, man. Absolutely, for sure.
Oh. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
This was a lot of fun and not as stressful as I thought. I
know.
was really nervous.
Coming in as a starting out, because this is probably your first time being a podcast, correct?
Yep.
And the nerves just kick in. Your palms sweaty, mom spaghetti, as me too. But as us streamers, we got to get normalized with that too. So hopefully for round 2, somewhere down in the future, 2022, we can do this again real soon.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be freaking super awesome, man. That's gonna do it for us here at the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. My name is SlowpokeFelitos. Once again, I'm your host. It's been a wonderful treat here talking with Dirty Chorizoo. You can find me over on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. OnlyFans is still in the construction, so we'll talk about that more later. If you guys need pics, please DM me whenever you can. At SlowpokeFelitos. That's SlowpokeFelitos. Once again, Dirty Chorizoo, thank you so much for stopping by here at the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, and I hope to catch you on your next stream.
See you out there.
Adios, everybody.